The weekend was meant for peace, the kind where the lake breeze whispers, loons call faintly, and the scent of pine makes you pause to breathe deep. I'd driven up to my lakeside eco-lodge complex, every cabin, every dock, every blade of grass owned by me for a routine check. Spring runoff had been rough, and I needed to ensure the sealed units were holding strong. That's when I spotted her. Vanessa, with hair bleached an unnatural blonde, stormed down the gravel path, clipboard gripped like a battle axe, her designer sunglasses flashing with purpose. She moved like she owned the lake. She didn't. I did. But that didn't stop her from marching up to my truck, phone raised like a weapon, ready to film my every move. "You're trespassing," she snapped, pointing at my cabin as if it had spit in her coffee. "That structure violates HOA Code 17.6, unauthorized lakefront occupation." Her voice crackled with self-righteous fury, but I nearly choked on the irony. That cabin, sealed tighter than a drum, locked down after a lightning strike, toasted its solar system. No one had set foot inside for months. A glaring lockout tag read, "Do not open. Environmental repair in progress." Any fool could see it was empty, but Vanessa wasn't looking for facts. She was looking for a fight. I stepped out of my truck, hands loose by my sides, and raised an eyebrow. "Trespassing? On whose land?" She puffed up, undeterred. "Yours. That cabin's under HOA lockdown for compliance review." The sheer audacity was almost poetic. "I'm not just some renter, I am the owner, builder, and certified environmental consultant for this entire complex. I designed every eco-friendly detail, from the solar panels to the reclaimed wood. That cabin, I'd sealed it myself." But Vanessa, oh, she was in full dictator mode, filming me like I was a fugitive. "Sheriff's on his way," she declared, her phone shaking slightly. Right on cue, a cruiser pulled up, blue lights cutting through the morning calm. Most people would tense up with a sheriff arriving and a woman like Vanessa screeching about felonies and waterfront violations, but I just grinned. Sheriff Thompson and I went way back, same high school, same fishing holes. He climbed out, gave me a nod, and turned to Vanessa. "Ma'am, your ID?" Her jaw tightened. "Why? He's the one breaking the law." Thompson didn't flinch. "You called in a trespass. I need to verify. ID, please." Her bravado cracked. "I didn't bring it," she muttered, then jabbed a finger at me. "But he's not allowed here." Thompson glanced my way, his face unreadable. "You own this place, don't you?" I pulled out my land title card, casual as could be. "Every square foot. Want the deeds? I can grab the easement maps too." Vanessa's mouth flapped open, then shut, then open again, like a broken hinge. "You're not a tenant?" "Nope," I said, leaning against my truck. "Owner, builder, manager, licensed eco-restoration specialist. This whole place. My design." Thompson's gaze swung back to Vanessa, his voice like steel. "So why'd you file a false police report, ma'am?" She started stammering HOA codes, lakefront oversight, community standards. But here's the bombshell. There was no HOA. Not a legitimate one, anyway. Vanessa and a couple of seasonal residents had cooked up a fake Community Standards Council. They'd been slapping bogus notices on doors, mailing fake dues invoices to out-of-town owners, and pocketing the cash for their own little empire. I'd ignored their scam until Vanessa tried to have me arrested on my own property. Thompson shook his head. "Fake HOA's a civil issue, but a false police report? That's criminal." Vanessa's face flushed crimson. "I was protecting the lakefront. People abuse it." I pointed at the sealed cabin. "It's been locked since January. No renters. You could have asked." Her eyes narrowed to slits. "I don't ask people like you. You just show up, build things, take over." Thompson cut in. "Ma'am, you're coming with me. We'll settle this at the station." Her face was a mask of shock, like someone had yanked her power cord. She spun around, muttering, "This is absurd," and started speed-walking up the path, as if she could erase the last 10 minutes. Thompson wasn't playing. "Ma'am, stop. You're detained." She kept going. His radio crackled. "Backup needed, suspect fleeing on foot." Another cruiser roared in from the fire road. Vanessa made it to the gravel lot before they boxed her in. I stood there, arms crossed, watching this lakeside circus unfold like a bad TV drama. As they cuffed her in the cruiser, Thompson walked back, eyeing the sealed cabin. "Built like a bunker," he said, whistling. Ever thought of using it for emergency shelters? I smirked. Funny you say that. I've got a permit pending for a Red Cross backup site. Vanessa had nearly derailed a disaster relief facility. Thompson's laugh echoed across the water. That's gonna sting in court. And sting it did. Vanessa's history unraveled fast. 2 prior complaints, dismissed, in other counties for similar community meddling. Her fake counsel had swindled renters out of thousands in deposits. My trail cams caught her sneaking into sealed cabins, iPad in hand, playing inspector. The state attorney's office pounced impersonation of a government entity, mail fraud, harassment. Her fake invoices even dragged in the postal inspector. That's federal. Her trial's next month. But the story didn't stop there. I turned the complex into a veterans retreat, free stays for wounded warriors and their families, with the sheriff's office keeping watch. Trail cam signs are everywhere now, daring another Vanessa to try. She's out on bond, creeping by in her beige Prius, binoculars glinting. I wave every time, because that cabin she targeted? It's got a giant sign now, protected by veterans and karma. A month later, I was on that cabin's porch, coffee in hand, watching the sun gild the lake. Word came in. Vanessa took a plea. 3 misdemeanors, 1 reduced felony, full restitution for her scam invoices, and a 5-year ban from any neighborhood board. The class action lawsuit, though, still alive and kicking. Other owners, realizing Vanessa had been fleecing them for 2 years, fake dues, fake fines, even renting out sealed cabins, lawyered up. My trail cam footage, emails, and records are the case's backbone. She tried to counterclaim, whining about a conspiracy, claiming the cabins were abandoned. The judge stopped her cold. Are you on the deed, ma'am? She wasn't. Now, Vanessa's name is local lore, the kind you whisper with a head shake. Don't go full Vanessa is the town's new catchphrase. The bait shop on Route 7 sports a sticker. HOA free zone. We checked. The community's never been tighter. Owners, renters, families grilling together on Fridays by the lake. The Veterans Retreat runs twice a month, funded partly by money we used to waste on Vanessa's fake patrols. Every time I pass where she stood, ranting about codes, I'm reminded it wasn't about rules. It was about power. And she lost at the moment. I said, not today. If a Vanessa's trying to hijack your street, your cabin, your life record, everything, know your rights. Let the law roar. Her lawsuit's still brewing, and it's bound to be a spectacle. So who's right? Me, for holding my ground, or Vanessa, for thinking she could claim a lake that was never hers?